Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please subscribe and like and share. I am someone who speaks out about coercive control slash narcissistic abuse and the abuse of our children by these coercive controllers. Coercive control is the underpinning of all abuse. It's about one person exerting power and control over another. And when someone's on the spectrum of narcissism, when they are at the worst parts, if we say 0 to 10 or 1 to 10, when they are the 8, 9, and 10, these are people who will do almost anything to inflict harm, and they will weaponize our children. This is what they do. If you're new to me, you don't know about my hat. It's a mama bear hat that one of my dear friends Shannon gave to me during some of the worst years of my life as a mother. As mothers, when we experience this as fathers, if you're a protective parent, assuming that, of course, that you love your children unconditionally. And in that, there's such a grief and a loss when we can't parent our children the way that we had hoped, right? And that we can't have the connection to them that we had actually worked on for years, right? This attachment that is formed very early on in life, and that the abuser is maliciously fracturing that attachment. And so my girlfriend gave me this hat during the worst years of my life. And there is no greater, in my opinion, grief than grieving the loss of a child that lives right down the road, or grieving the loss of having to send a child to an abuser's home when they don't want to go, when the system makes us do that. And so really honing in on this idea of how do we help these little ones when they have to go off to the abuser's house. It's so challenging. They don't want to go. We can create something called object permanency for them, where the protective parent, you, becomes permanent to them in some way. It can be something as simple as saying to them, you know what, why don't you go over to mommy's drawer and let's pick out a shirt together that you can wear that mommy will pick you up with, right? It can be something like grabbing a leaf off of the ground. I mean, it's fall here in Connecticut, just grabbing a little tiny leaf and slipping it in their pocket, and tell them that if that leaf gets lost or, gets washed out in the wash, don't worry about it. It's okay. But this is a little piece of mommy that's with you. And, if the abuser ends up seeing it, they can say, oh, mommy gave me a leaf. I mean, it's something that the abuser cannot throw away that is going to be that tragic, sadly. And we know these abusers will throw away anything that we send with our children, or they will manipulate it in some way. So, those are two ideas about object permanency, creating the idea that they're leaving you, they don't want to leave. They're afraid you're sending them off because of complicit court systems, and letting them know that you will be there waiting for them, and they can keep in their mind something about you to remind them of you. It's vital. This is a significant trauma to the developing brain. I call it broken brain. Maybe my next YouTube will be on this idea of broken brain, but certainly knowing that we can repair it as long as we continue to show them that we are right there, regardless of their behaviors, regardless of how they come home to us. They're going to come home raw and dysregulated, and we can handle it. So, my good friend Shannon gave me this hat, as I said, and, I've been wearing it for years. It was during the darkest years of my life, the greatest grief of when a child or children are turned against us. It's the law of attraction, guys. We have to retain hope. We have to retain hope that these children will see clearly and they will come back to us. So, sending out positive vibes. Bye.